Hello friends, I just thought that we will do something very substantial with regard to writing skills. So let's begin with paragraph writing. Now a paragraph also has, just as we have for an essay, introduction, body, conclusion, even for a paragraph is the same way. You have to introduce the thought first, then extend the thought, and last of all conclude the thought. So I just thought that I should just put down a few points that you can remember for paragraph writing. So you go by these sidelines and we will do a paragraph after that, so you will have an idea as to how you introduce the topic, you extend on the topic, and you conclude the topic. Okay, now there are a few points to remember. First of all, the opening sentence states the central idea of the paragraph. Suppose if I'm taking an ideal citizen or a dust storm, you know, these topics, these are the main topics. So it's a topical thing. So that is a topical sentence. Your introductory sentence is a topical sentence. It refers to the topic. Okay, right. Arrange your thoughts logically, because everything has to come in a logical manner. You can't write some points before and some points afterwards. It's not possible. So your thought process should be logical. Then maintain continuity. The topic that you have chosen has to continue in its own manner so that, you know, it covers all aspects of that topic. Comprehended? Then examples and illustrations can be used. If need be for a paragraph, an example can be used, because this is what, with reference to the board examinations, you're asked to write a paragraph. So maybe in about 4 or 5 lines, you can give an illustration or an example and then beautify that paragraph so that will hold good in the eyes of the examiner. You have to impress the examiner after all, because you need those marks, right? But it can be done, because over the time when you get into the flow of thoughts, that it is not difficult. And last of all, always prepare an outline. You, in your mind, you decide, this is my topic, this is how I'm going to introduce, this is how I'm going to extend on the main thought, and this is how I'm going to conclude. All said and done, there are 2 main things that you always have to remember for writing skills. First of all, you should have a good vocabulary at your command. And therefore, it's always good to build up your vocabulary by referring to the dictionary every now and then. Once you have the vocabulary, then of course, second is the content matter. And the content matter comes with a lot of reading. Unless you read extensively, you will not be able to write. So extensive reading is very important, and I would tell you to go one step further. It's always good to listen to the newscast, either on the BBC or maybe on the DD, where they really give you substantial matter which could be definitely used in your writing skills. So the vocabulary, the content matter, and the information that you get otherwise. Better read the newspaper also. If you read those letters to the editor, you'll know how to write a letter to the editor. But this is practicality which we people don't follow. That is the most important part of writing skills. Okay? We've acquainted ourselves with the points that need to be borne in mind to write a paragraph. And this will help you, because this way of doing your work will help you to write a paragraph on a particular topic for your board exams. Of course, remember, Rome was not built in a day, but if you keep on doing it constantly, I assure you, you will get 4 out of 5 also. Though normally you don't get those marks, but you can make the point. Okay. Now, I've taken a very simple topic, our national flag. This is something that we all have seen, we know about it, but how to build up a paragraph on that topic is something I thought would be absolutely simple for all of you. Okay, what I have done is I brought to my mind certain questions. Let's go first to the questions. What is a flag a symbol of? What does the flag represent? How would you describe the flag, the description of the flag actually? That's the main part. Then, what is the significance each color holds? And how does it inspire us? So, the first 2 questions start the introduction of the paragraph. The next two are actually the body of the paragraph. You don't break it up. It's one full paragraph, but that is the way to sequentially handle the topic. And last of all, the conclusion. Now, my first question is pretty simple. What is the flag a symbol of? Remember that every country has a symbol. And when you look at the symbol, it tells you which country it belongs to. So, this is a symbol, but then it stands for something. It stands for the people, it stands for something important culturally or economically or maybe socially about the nation. See, this is how you try to enhance your thoughts. So, what is the flag a symbol of? Pride and honor of the country. Because you're proud. Yes. See, at the matches and all that, they hold the flag. The flag is held with great dignity and honor by the individuals. So, pride and honor of the country. And then, definitely, when we look at the flag, we are proud of it. So, every time you listen to the national anthem, you stand up with great respect. Yes, am I clear? Right. My second question is, what does the flag represent? Represents the history of our struggle for freedom. If you must have seen, I don't know, maybe a little later while we are talking about it, we could make a mention of how the flag was planned in different ways. And after all that planning, eventually they decided upon the tricolor. So, it has a history of its own, but it's the history for our struggle for freedom. How we fought, what we did, how we followed the non-cooperation, the non-violence movement, and thereby unified ourselves to freedom, to emancipation. And the flag is a symbol of that. Yes, they really fought for their freedom. And remember, the fight was bloodless. We didn't fight, we didn't shed blood. We made an understanding and they parted as friends from India, the British. See? Okay? So, the next question has been clarified. Now we go to the next one. How would you describe the flag? Definitely, you look at the flag, there's a tricolor. The word tricolor here. So, the horizontal tricolors. Okay? So, the first one is a saffron. And what does the saffron represent? Second, there's white in the middle with the Ashoka Chakra. And last of all, you have the green at the bottom. So, you know clearly, you have described the three colors. Now, we go on to explain what those three colors stand for, because every color has its own significance. So, the saffron stands for courage and sacrifice. The white stands for purity and peace. And remember, that's exactly what our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, is trying to do, bring peace. He stood for the fact that there should be no war between Russia and Ukraine. And if you look at him, he said, I'll provide medicines, I'll provide everything else except weapons. Great, isn't it? Definitely, we don't need war, we need peace. And India stands for that. Purity and peace. And green for progress and prosperity. Of course, the Ashok Chakra reminds us of the past glory and also tells us that work all through the 24 hours to help in the progress of the country, the development of the country, where every individual in the nation is of the utmost importance. Remember that. So, the past glory, the development and the progress. So, we have done the middle part, okay, the body. So, horizontal tricolor, the middle one and the bottom. How easy it is. How simple it is. If you have decided on what you are going to describe in your body of the paragraph, there it is. See? Right. Let's go to the conclusion. Now the conclusion says, we have already spoken about the significance of each color. So, how does it inspire us? Naturally, the flag is an inspiration to every Indian. It's an inspiration to every person in our great Bharat. And that's how we unify ourselves, where we rise above all those differences. We have different cultures, different food habits, different attire, different economical expectations from every state. So, see, that tells us we stand united. We stand united. So it inspires us. So inspires every Indian to guard our hard-won freedom. And here I wish to share one important thing with you. That is, the threat to freedom is not from outside. The threat to freedom is from within. And therefore, if we unify and we stand together, we will definitely be able to take care, make our country secure and safe. So, always tell yourself, the threat is not from outside, the threat is from within. Let us unify ourselves and be a great source of inspiration and enhancement to our country. Bharat mera desh hai. Always remember that. So, inspires every Indian to guard our hard-won freedom, emancipation. Emancipation is another word for freedom. So, remember how I told you vocabulary helps. Okay? Emancipation helps a nation to grow and fructify. Here I have given you a new vocabulary, fructify. Fructify is the verb form of the noun fruit. So whatever good we do, it gives us the best fruit for our country. And remember that all of us must work together. Mera desh. Okay? Mera parivar. That's the message. So I hope you have understood how to write a paragraph on a very simple topic, our national flag. Right? Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.